Welcome to Weekly Strategy. Use the scouting reports to prepare your opponent. Adjust your strategy, abilities, and play sheets for this week's matchup.
At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And now, your defending AFC North champion, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Heading up the Falcons sideline, Coach Kevin Stefanski. These guys just about set to go in this one. On the other sideline, the head coach of the Steelers. His guys are ready, as they always are, to play in front of this home crowd, hoping the extra surge of momentum pays off in a win.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Welcome in, everybody. Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward, and I know all of us are ready for this new season to begin. And we're off from Acrisure. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. They're led out by the third-year southpaw, a top 10 pick 3 drafts ago, Michael Penix Jr.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. To the air with Penix. Some heavy contacts here, and that's going to break things up. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Penix now to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. And, partner, I think we just got to look at what's going to be one of the biggest challenges in this one, operating quick enough to neutralize that pass rush.
That's right. And I know it's very, very early, obviously the opening drive, but hits like that compound. That's why defenses stress it each and every week to get after the quarterback, because hits like that can have an effect throughout.
So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. They're going to be led out by someone possibly playing his final NFL season. Still going in his early 40s. It is Aaron Rodgers.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason.
Oh, and the pressure is there. They're going to get to him on their very first snap. James Pierce. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
All week long, you know, this front seven were challenging each other in practice. Who's going to be the first to get the first sack of the new season? Well, we got that answer, but the race, it now just resets to see who can get the second.
On 2nd down, Rodgers has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
To the air on 3rd and long. And a defender's there to knock this away. And that effort means it's 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard? Well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
On 4th down, it's Rodgers. He's got it to his running back. And the early decision to go for it is rewarded. He's got him enough for the first. This drive is going to continue. Well, we all know teams are embracing this more and more, Brock. But, boy, from your own side, on a play like that, you had better convert.
If your offense doesn't cash that check, it's your defense who's got to pay the bill. But they get it done, and kudos to them.
Warren here from the gun. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And it could be a huge boost to their offense if this ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
On second down, Warren. Quite the turnaround these last two plays, huh? Nice gain on one, and now they get it behind the line. I think they might have taken that first down for granted there, Brock, and now their punishment is they got to figure out third down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on third down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Gets this one to Freiermuth. He's going to be stopped after a gain of 9. That was what they needed. First down coming up.
We call third downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
All set to go now from the 35. First and 10. Here's a run to Dowdle. And he works it inside the 30. It's a gain of 7. Nice run there on first down, Brock. Now this defense a little vulnerable ahead of this second down play.
Sure is, and just kind of sets the table. Everything in that playbook is open to you. If you want to be aggressive, right now might not be a bad time.
Here's Dowdle again. And they're going to bring him down, but 8 was enough. They got what they needed. First down coming. Fed him on back-to-back plays, Brock, and he's got them moving now on this opening series.
Yeah, he's not needed any time at all to find his groove and settle in. This should set the table for the rest of the day.
From the red zone on first. Into traffic, complete. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in the first and goal.
I just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, it really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Rodgers will look to throw. He's in trouble again, and he's going to go down. Second time on this opening series. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're hoping to convert here on second and goal. Trying the left side with Warren. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Just 2 yards there on second and goal, and still a ways to go now on third.
This is maybe one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
Now Rodgers on third and goal. Has it down close. And he's going to be brought down shy of not just the end zone, Brock. That first down marker as well. So now offense facing an interesting fourth down decision. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. All right, they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive. Here we go with Johnson. And this defense completes the goal line stand. What a start to their game as they get off the field with a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. First drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. So the fourth down keeps him out there again. This drive continuing. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins here with Robinson. He's fighting for it, but will not get there. They stall the run out, and that's a safety. So they give away the lead on the safety, and now they're going to have to give away the football with a free kick. It's fielded at the 14. And he'll get it up to the 27. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up, 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut. Well, you've taught me, Brock. Sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
Yeah, the thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. The coordinators love to dial it up.
Hauled in by Bernard, left side. And out of bounds he goes after a gain of 8. It is 3rd down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Oh, giving it to the wide receiver on 3rd and short. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
This wide receiver run game, what it really does, Kate, is it tests the soundness of your defense. How assignment sound are you? Well, that was an excellent example of this defense doing its work on the practice field and, more importantly, put into execution on the game field.
Fourth down now, Rodgers taking a deep shot here. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
1st and 10, are under Robinson. And they haul him down, but we all saw it. That looks pretty awkward, partner. This flag should be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Things look good on the play until we saw the pull of the face mask, and that spoils the defensive effort. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And he's out just before he can hit the end zone, but what a nice 1st and goal here from the 2.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Robinson can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied.
Derek Harmon on the tackle.
Not going to get a snap here. We have arrived at our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. A big moment for them here to begin this new season. Here's 3rd and goal. Penix looking to pass. They'll try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And he's going to be stopped. 3rd goal winds up losing yardage. And now, Brock, will they challenge them again on 4th and goal?
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the 1st, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
On is Nick Folk to attempt the field goal. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. And the kick by Folk is good. And that's going to give them the lead.
Makes the score.
I never
Falcons
saw a
3,
play script that ended with a
Steelers 2.
field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Fielded at the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Rodgers off the play action. And that's incomplete. Wanted to die off the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Approaching the final minute here before halftime. Second down, it's Rodgers. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Became Metcalf, the intended receiver. So they're left facing third and long. Approaching the final minute here before halftime. Third and long for him here. And he's going down. They make the play at the 11. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Staring down that down and distance, it was going to take some type of big play offensively to extend the drive. But all that sack did was create a bigger play for the defense.
They'll go for it. Rodgers has a man downfield. It's Pittman. And this drive has some new life and some...
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, well, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers and themselves.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he'll take it a yard or so. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
A first carry now for Jalen Warren. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him to first.
I didn't know he still had that in the tank, and this defense clearly didn't either, because they were completely ignoring his legs, and he made them pay. Running for a nice gain, he proved teams will still have to respect his legs.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On the run, it's Dowdle. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. They run here with Dowdle. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, 28 yards. And the Steelers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
And the Cowboy 1st down.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 22.
1st down, Dallas.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Even the most tenured quarterbacks can still get fooled from time to time. He clearly thought he had a throwing lane, but the defense shut it down and picked it off. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, but I'm also sure he'll shake it off.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Marquise Bell in on that stop.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
A running play, it's Dowdle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. They run again with Dowdle. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field.
It's 4th down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That is caught. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Now, that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously, no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's free. There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, boy, what a matchup. 2 NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Lambeau. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action. Love to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
That's good.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this is taking that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. In motion left goes Watson. Play action this time with Love. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Christian Watson, 31 yards. And the Packers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Packers 7, Steelers 0. Place back to kick
So the
off
Packer
for
kickoff
Green Bay.
team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 16 yards right off the bat with a 1st down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On play action, Rodgers. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Ready. Blue 32. Ready.
Glove. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Love. Pass caught. That's Golden. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play fake. Here's Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw now. Here's Love. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds his man. Complete. That's Reed. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Packers 14, Steelers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown,
DK Metcalf. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14. Steelers 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake, Love. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. To the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Warren will try the right side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A handoff for Warren. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Rodgers going to shift him around. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Second down and 8. On the give, it's Warren. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Here's 3rd and 7.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Packers 4-yard line.
Johnson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Come on, set. Black 40.
Love, they go play action now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10. Love looking to throw it. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Being chased out left. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Love going to stay out there. They'll take a chance on 4th down.
Let's go. Yellow, red, yellow. Strike.
They're going to try and throw. They'll roll him out right. He's got his target. That's complete. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go, set. 60 red.
Now Love. Rolling to his right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you. as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
At their own 10-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Now a run with Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first.
It's a gain of 8.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain, puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Love from the gun on 3rd down. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers have taken the lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
14.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Smack now for the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28. Steelers 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lucas Van Ness getting 3 there to bring him down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line.
A 28-yard gain. And a Steeler first down.
Throwing is Rodgers. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
First down, Steelers.
Now Rodgers. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And again, it's Rodgers. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Rico Dowdle from 8 yards out. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Steelers 21. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready, fight, go. Ready?
Once again, it's Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 3rd and 9.
Red 38, ultra.
Love. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like somebody thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Love looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Rodgers to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That is incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Ready, set.
Now Love. Musgrave's got it out right. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
And 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Set, ready. 45. Ready, ready. Ready.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clocks, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it. Now Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This is 1st and 10. One final try now for Rodgers. That went down the field for Freiermuth. And it's incomplete. Rodgers has done it before, but he won't get the connection here, and the ball game is over. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we have a good one for you between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Irving. He's brought down. Play goes for, looks like about 11 yards. And that is good for a Buccaneer first down.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, you can't do it better than that.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Baker now off the play fake. And he will not find the connection on the other end there. Incompletion sets up 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he picks up a good chunk of yards here. Looks to be about 7. He's up to the 37.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
It's a nickel look from the Steelers here on 3rd. About 9 before a stop is made. And that will set up a Bucs first down.
Move the chains! You gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 now from the 46. Here's Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's going to get about 3 here. Almost all of it on the catch. The defense was there immediately.
Bucky Irving. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
This is Irving on 2nd. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Throwing, Baker. And off his hands and incomplete. So that drop means they failed to convert on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, you'll get a little bit of grace for a drop in the first frame, but that's one, as this game goes on, he's got half. It's hard on 3rd down to execute. And with the ball in your hands, you got to find a way to catch it.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. Here we go. It's Mayfield. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on fourth, and it's going to go over on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. And the stop is made. 1st down coming up. It's a gain of 11.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Going to the ground again on 1st. And this drives him back out of field goal range, Brock, as he stopped for loss of yardage.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing on 2nd, Rodgers. Pocket collapsing, and he's going to pay the price. Yaya Diaby. And that's going to bring up 3rd and very long. They've got to get 20 or more. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at 3rd and very long. Now here's Rodgers. Pressure's there. They get him a big loss back at the 43. And that's going to force 4th down quite a ways to go.
Boy, this defensive crew is locked in, and that O-line's head, they are spinning. Back-to-back sacks has his offense on skates. And those blockers can't figure out where this rush is coming from next.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Here's Baker to throw. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. He's brought down after a big play. Give him about 19 yards. And that is good for a Tampa Bay 1st down.
19 yards. 1st down, Buccaneers.
Here's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Cade Otton. Taken down, but not before he picks up 11 on the play. And that is good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Running left, this is Irving. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Goes to the hurry up here.
49-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. Down he goes after a pickup of about 12 yards. And that will set up a Bucs 1st down. Offensive line fast.
A gain of 12. And a Buccaneer 1st down.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's got 5, and we've got our 2-minute warning. So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Baker now. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
First down, Buccaneers.
From the red zone now. And the catch won't survive the contact this time. Incomplete. That was a tough-ass partner, making that play against double coverage. It's second down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Under pressure, down he goes. They got him at the 17. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
A loss of a yard. It's third down. Third and long.
Here he goes, third and long. No, he just dropped another. A lot of catches have gone through his hands in this game, Brock. That one brings up fourth down.
That's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And they are able to get their first 3 points of this game.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. First and 10. Now Rodgers. He almost throws this away on the first snap of the drive. Put it in the harm's way, but the pick is dropped, so you're going to see second down. Approaching the final minute here before halftime. Rodgers now on second down. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he is tagged right as he brings that one in, Brock. But a solid gain right up towards that midfield stripe.
That's good for us.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Shotgun give now to Dowdle. And they're going to get to him. Bring him down after allowing about 13 on the play. And that is going to be good for a Steelers first down. The Steelers calling their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First and 10 at the 37-yard
New set of
line.
downs from 37. To throw is Rodgers. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. He's going to be out of bounds there. Defenders make this stop after a gain of about 17. And that's going to give the Steelers the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Warren quick on the draw. And a nice choice there to send this outside. He gets about 6 yards on the carry. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
Brings up second and 4.
Rodgers to throw, second down. And he gets home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers, 14 yards.
Touchdown, Steelers.
And At this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it to.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Gainwell. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Gainwell on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And a good gain here. 11 yards, it looks like. That's going to pick up a first. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break. Right back to Irving now. Breaks the tackle. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Rodgers off the play action. Going for Freiermuth, but it's intercepted. Benjamin Morrison comes up with it. And the Buccaneers will be on the doorstep of the end zone as he is stopped just short of a pick six.
Sets up 1st down and goal.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Irving has the Tampa Bay touchdown.
The ball carrier. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
McLaughlin with the extra points. And lead now up to a field goal.
Buccaneers 10, Steelers 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
At the 37-yard
Following that little
line.
2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. To throw, Rodgers. Gets it downfield on target to Metcalf. he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A pickup of 17. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Dowdle. And he's stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's second down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a gain of 8.
This is Dowdle on second down. Forward progress stops. Play winds up going for about 6. That's good for the first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
First and 10 from the 32. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Finds Metcalf there over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Working quickly here.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard
Here's Rodgers.
line.
It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And stopped at the 1. All right, so they're going to have to get that final yard. They're going to have to earn it. First and goal.
20 more yards. That's another Steelers first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. By the pylon. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
It's a loss of 1.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, second and goal. Rodgers set to pass. It's brought in over the middle. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Pittman Jr. scoring there to end an 8-play drive. Boswell to add the PAT. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And they jump ahead by 4.
Steelers 14, Buccaneers 10. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchback.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10. The give to Irving to start this drive. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got second and 3 now. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
22-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Running with Irving again on second. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
Wilson on the stop. No gain on the play. And it's third down.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. To the line. Here's third and 3. And give him the first down. Winds up with about 6 on that play before he was stopped.
That whole operation right there, Kate, delivered with conviction. Passes have to be if you want to pick up first downs and keep the drive on schedule.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. to throw. Mayfield. Flushed out of the pocket. Downfield, and he's got McMillan. And he stopped at the spot he made the catch. So give him, looks like the 27 on that completion. Irving here from the gun. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Bucky Irving,
Working quickly here.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
On second down, Mayfield. He's got it near the 8. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving. First a return score. Now he's got a receiving one, too. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one splits the uprights. Lead now up to a field goal.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Returnable from the 2. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Rodgers to throw. Has his man, but his man does not have that football. He drops an easy one, Brock. It's second down. First play of the drive, Brock, you always tell me that's always the start of a new battle, and the defense wins round 1 in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right?
Yeah.
You got to now put yourself in a manageable 3rd down after lack of execution on 1st.
On second down, Warren breaks a tackle. He's still going. And they'll get to him here. Play finally put to an end after about 15 yards gained, and they got that first down, too.
Yak. That's what it's all about in this league as a running back. Can you get those hard yards after initial contact? This dude just got it done.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Now here's Rodgers. This is Metcalf working that right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Steelers have a first down.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Dowdle straight up the middle. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
On the ground again with Dowdle. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Dowdle, the ball carrier. The tackle by Elijah Cansey. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing now. Caught into the hands of Freiermuth. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And it's good. So they take the lead, and that extra point buys them a little bit of breathing room here, partner. The field goal doesn't tie it now.
Buccaneers 17. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Back to throw. This is hauled in by Ott on the right side. And he's going to be brought down right after making that catch. A good gain, but the tackle limits it to 9.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
2nd down, here's Baker. And right back to him. This time the defense was ready. That hit forces it loose. It's incomplete, so we've got a 3rd down. Well, this just hasn't been the game they've wanted score-wise, Brock, and it has them as a result of that feeling like they've got to keep putting it up and taking chances here till the end.
And I'd say, Kate, right there, that was the kind of chance. When you get a one-on-one, you've got to find a way to win it, but this defense been doing their job.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up. Desperation time here. Got his man. This is McMillan. You've got to love these results, Brock. The 4th down call ends in a 21-yard gain and a 1st.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short-yard gain. But find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play to break it big.
That's complete. Dialing up McMillan again. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. Got 9 of the 10 with that last grab. Need to get the last yard now on 2nd. Here he is to throw. And give him the 1st down here. Looks to be an even 20 on that play. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now.
It's a gain of 20.
And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. Offense to the line for 1st down. Conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. He'll look to throw it. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
You just kind of feel this whole stadium, Kate, about to come unglued one way or another. Some in just glee and happiness, some in rage. That's how close this game has been. One big pass at this point, and we decided at the end.
And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Couldn't hang on to the interception, but the momentum's still on the defensive side here ahead of this 3rd down. Here he goes, one final shot. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down.
This is situational football at its finest. Defense right there holds on for another moment. Now, it really comes down to this last play. One more shot at the end zone standing between them and a victory.
Down to their last snap here. One final shot here. Getting out to his left. Oh, he lost the football. And they get back on top of it, but he's touched down. So no final heroics today. This one is over. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers... And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Soldier Field. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And his choice to leave that end zone going to cost him a chunk here. He's out shy of that 25-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Williams. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
They're going to run here. Kyle Manunga. He's going to be taken down. Play goes for about 10 yards. And that's going to be good for Bears' first down.
We see it and hear it all the time. For receivers, their favorite moment is just to go up over a DB and make a play. And for these running backs, there is nothing that beats slamming right through a tackle and getting that first down.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Now it's Manunga. He's up. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Steelers get to it.
This defense has sure decided that they're going to be the star of the show, at least here from the jump. One series in, they've delivered the first game-changing play, but I am talking about one thunderous collision.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. A great read by the defense there. They attacked, and they found that runner quick.
You look up run blitz by a linebacker,
yeah.
That is in the dictionary right there.
There it is. Working on 2nd down. Rodgers. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. This is going to be a big game, Brock. He's tackled after about 21 yards. And that is good for Pittsburgh. 1st down.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
Quick pass here into the hands of Pittman. Not a lot available to him. It's to the 38. It's Kobe Bryant bringing him down.
2 yards.
A couple of yards on the catch. Leaves him 2nd and 8.
At the 38-yard line.
The inside give to Dowdle. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Sent to the ground by Austin Booker.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
A 52-yard attempt.
And it doesn't have the leg. They called on him from deep, but he just can't get it there. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game. Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10. To the ground. It's Manungai. Nice cut back to the right sideline. Stops there, but that gets them the first. A big gain before the defense got to him. Looks like about 22 yards.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Manungai with it. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he's out of bounds with a big gain on the final play of the 1st. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Manungai finds the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown, Bears.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead.
Steelers, nothing. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Has it at the 11. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Warren running between the tackles. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. 40, 30. He's at the 10. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Send right down the middle and good. And that ties things at 7.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Raymond on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. They go with Manungai here. Lost control of another one. And it looks like, yes, they say Steeler football.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time he's given one away, and Tony Dungy just resonated in my head. No excuses, no explanations. I know that was a tremendously hard hit, but you've got to find a way to take care of the football offensively.
Rodgers will look to throw. And they will take him down. They've got him back to the 41. Montez Sweat. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Rodgers now on second down. Finds a seam down the middle. And brought to the ground as they hit him big on that play, Brock. It looks like they're marking the gain at about 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And a Steeler first down.
Working inside the red zone. Can't connect on the short throw. It's incomplete.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it there, Brock, but no chance. It's third down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. They'll throw, 3rd and long. And that one's not going to be caught. Could have extended the drive, but the defender timed it perfectly, breaks it up. That means it's 4th down. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
They'll go for it. Rodgers. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. And we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we hit our 2-minute warning. More from Soldier Field after this. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Williams. Buying some time right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's up across the 20.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Williams to throw on 3rd. He lost the football. But it appears that the Bears were able to get their paws on that one. So they're keeping the football.
That's good for a Bears first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Now run it with Manunga. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
A gain of a yard.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Now a second down throw for Williams. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Third and long for him here. Another turnover, and this time it's an interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Steelers get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
At the 40-yard line.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Gets it downfield on target to Metcalf. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Boswell to add the PAT. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead.
Bears 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Raymond on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets him into a good spot. Just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. Williams off the play fake. He rolls to his right. He's keeping it.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
In a good spot here, second and inches. On play action, Williams. And as a catch for Luther Burden. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. To throw, Williams. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Luther Burden, the guy he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Too early to go back to that well, partner. They were still locked in on him after his gain on that previous snap.
Yeah, and they defended this one far better than the last one. Some renewed focus and bodying him up. You know, as a defender, you have got to separate that receiver from the ball.
Force that to his right. Yeah, he's going to end up out of bounds well short of the line of scrimmage, Brock, so give that defense a sack.
You know, in that situation, as hard as it is and everything flying around you, you just got to get rid of the ball. You got to know where you are, not just wide receivers that always got to know the boundary. Running backs and quarterbacks do. Looked like we saw a little bit of panic, hence going out for the sack.
Off the play fake, Williams bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get back, but he's not going to return to the line. He's taken down. And with the clock just about to strike 0, we get a timeout. 1 second to go in our half. So on fourth down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance.